Hey guys, Fuzzy here, and in today's video we will be making Miss Delight. So this project was actually a bit of a challenge. It was pretty bad. I actually went through like a ton of problems making this. So in the video you will see me struggle a lot. And yeah, it did not come out to what I thought it would be, but it was pretty good for what I actually made. Oh, by the way, you can probably see that I have a new little setup here, and I have my other projects over here. And here's the last project that I made. It was Nightmare Huggy Wuggy, which honestly was the best one in my opinion. But Miss Delight was definitely something else. I guess I did expect a challenge, but like this was like a whole other level. Like I was not prepared for anything that was about to happen. So in this video you will see me basically struggle a lot. So yeah, let's just get on to the absolute chaos that this project was. So here's the structuring for the head. So here is where the crack is going to be, the crack in the middle of her face. Eyes will be here, and I've just created a little structuring for the back. I'm hoping this isn't too small because, I mean, I didn't want it to be like huge. I didn't want the figure to be like really big, so I try to make her head as small as I possibly thought I could. So hopefully this works out, or else I would probably have to remake the whole entire thing again. And also this color, I don't have that much of this color, this pale beige color, so hopefully I don't run out of that too like I did last time. But I do have a different shade of beige actually that might match, but it'll be a little off, so later in the video if you see her arms or something or a different color, that's why. So just letting you guys know about that. So my plan is to just pretty much create a shell for the skin, and then in the inside I'm going to insert her fleshy parts that are sticking out of her face in here, and then I'm going to trim this so it shows up better too, so hopefully it'll add depth to the face and the crack. And I'm kind of dreading the hair a little bit. I don't know how that's going to work, if I'm going to make individual hair strands or something. I feel like that would be the best way to make the hair actually, and her hair is all messy, so I feel like it would just look better if I made like individual little strands. It would take a lot of pipe cleaners, but it would probably look the best, so I'm going to try that later too. Right here is the head so far, and it kind of looks like a creepy baby thing. I'm going to add all the other details in soon. So what I'm going to do for the mouth is I'm going to fill it in with pink, and then I'm going to make the two jaw pieces, stick one in here, stick one in there, and hopefully it'll look like a mouth. Alright, so I realized one thing is that the face is a little too small, so I'm probably going to have to perform surgery on her face. First, we're just probably gonna try to open this or cut this open maybe a little bit, not too much, so I don't ruin it completely. And then we're gonna use pipe cleaners to extend it like a little outline. We're gonna build off of what's left of her face, and then hopefully it'll look a little better. This is gonna be a pain, but I'm gonna have to do it. Here's the structuring for the torso. Since the colors are separate, I just thought I would build this first and then attach a blue outline to it. The torso won't be able to move as well. It'll just be like a solid body. But the arms, hopefully will be able to move. I wanted to at least have the arms be able to move. And I might make some special joints for the elbows, so that'll be pretty fun to figure out. At the shoulders though, it'll be attached kind of like the Huggy Wuggy stuff, where it's like, it goes through the body, and then I just wrap the arms. But yeah, hopefully this all works out, because I don't even know how I'm going to attach the legs yet. I haven't thought about that. So I did recently read a comment saying they were having trouble filling the body in, and I hope this maybe clears it up. But basically, what I do is first I make the skeleton part, the structuring, so like the shape here, and then obviously the front here, and then I wrap these rings around the body. I pretty much make as much structuring at all angles as possible to get the overall shape down. And then depending on what way I want to fill it in, if I want to fill it in this way, these rings right here would be vertical, and then if I want to fill it up vertical, then the rings would be this way. When I attach pipe cleaner here at the bottom, I could start weaving through all the rings. That's the first ring, then second ring, and depending on how many sections you want of the weaving, you just put more rings. I accidentally forgot I need a ring around here because of the color separation, so let me just attach that first. And there we go. Now we can complete the third ring, and then now we just flip it, just tab in here, and then there we go. That is the first line, and then to keep going, you just keep on adding a new pipe cleaner every single time. And that's how I do most of the filling. If there are little awkward spaces, I just kind of try and insert at one line of pipe cleaner or something. So just use these structuring lines as like a guide. I hope that helped. And now I'm going to fill in the rest. Also, make sure when you're weaving through all the rings to make sure that all of these parts right here is tight before you fold it again, and then you weave it through the other ring. Just make sure it's a little tight so that it's not super loose. You kind of just have to take your time with it so every line can be not so sloppy. Now I'm going to fill the rest of it in. So it took me a pretty long time to make these, but I did want to implement like a somewhat movable shirt or joint thing, where I guess it kind of moves, and the back is also exposed like that. I don't know how I'm going to patch that up, but basically I just kind of wanted it to move. I even added a joint in the arm, kind of like a real doll. It is a little loose, but the shirt over it kind of makes it not so loose anymore, but they can both kind of move like that, like if it were a real shirt. I think it turned out pretty good. Besides the back, I think it looks pretty good from the front. It looks pretty realistic, looks seamless. So yeah, I mean, these holes right here aren't the best. They're kind of small. You can't really create tears like real fabric. It's kind of hard to do that, but it was pretty fun to make the arms actually, and the shirt details and everything. But now I'm going to be making the rest of the arm and the hand, which will also be a challenge. Also, the hair is kind of short. I realized I try to put it down a little bit to make it longer like in the picture, but it's kind of meh. I don't know, this hair is actually kind of annoying. This hair has been really annoying to shape, so yeah. Alright, so the arms were actually pretty difficult, more difficult than I expected it to be, but there is not much, what is it called? I don't know, the joints aren't very tight, so it kind of does all this. I mean, this one is actually decent, but this one over here is absolutely horrible. But basically, I'm probably just going to attach him, but also wrap the joint too, since they're just so loose. So yeah, it's a pretty big failure. Actually, I did wrap this one right here. Yeah, it's like a half failure since I did the shoulder joints the same way, but probably because there's extra support in this, it's not as loose, obviously. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Not sure if I could actually ever do this again, but maybe I can figure it out later. I wanted to make it more like a doll, so that's why I did all the joints like that, like a real action figure kind of thing, real doll. But it did not work out for literally every other joint besides the shoulders. So the legs are probably going to just be stiff, just like my other creations. I'm probably going to do a lot of wrapping. So now let's get to the legs. Of course, after I attach this arm. Here are the legs, the wonky legs. To be honest, I never thought I'd be doing a creation like this, but here we are. Now I had to do a bunch of weird maneuvers to even get this to be sturdy at all, like barely. But this project was more of a challenge than I thought it would be. And now we just have to do the rest of the legs and the feet, and then also the skirt. We'll just cover all this up. That's why I didn't even bother to do anything here. Weirdest project ever. But yeah, so now let's just get to that, because this is just weird to look at. So I've been trying to make her stand for the past few hours. This is what I came up with. I don't know, this project is crazy hard to do, but I managed to just attach a pipe cleaner going all the way through here, and you know, it prevents it from being wobbly, but she can still barely stand. So you can see here, she just leans back. Don't know why, I think I'm just gonna move on from that. But here are the shoes. Those were also difficult. The ankles were crazy hard to keep structured since the feet kept bending. See, it still does that. This is a very, very hard project for me. And now we must move on and create the skirt finally. So I actually just made all of these beforehand. These little these chains, the pipe cleaner chains. You make one loop here, like that. You fold it like this. Then you fold this corner in, and then in the middle somewhere, you cut that, and then you just kind of smush it in a little bit, not too much. And then you just put the pipe cleaner through one of the little loops, and you bend it again, like that, and then you cut it somewhere down the middle, and you just keep going like that until you've made the whole pipe cleaner into a chain. And then you just have a bunch of these, which I'm going to use to form the skirt. So yeah, let's get to forming the skirt finally. Here she is, all done. She stands only when she wants to. Basically, this was just, it was, to be honest, Nightmare Huggy Wuggy was an absolute walk in the park. This was the real nightmare, the thing that came after. But anyways, here is the, her weird weapon. I actually forgot to make this. This is a last minute thing because it was just an absolute mess to make her. You can kind of grip it actually. She can kind of hold on to it. But basically her arms, they're just kind of wobbly as you can see right here. And then her whole face looks absolutely terrifying. The worst part about this project was definitely filling the skirt in. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below if you think that this is the worst one, or if I did alright. I will accept both comments. Let me know what you would like to see next, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See you guys later.